Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be my review for Pretty Little Liars Season 4, Episode 24. A is for answers, and I'm so sorry I did not review last week's episode. I just didn't have the time to. But, oh my god, guys, this episode was quite possibly the best episode of Pretty Little Liars ever. Not just of this season, period. Because we literally got almost all the answers we've wanted since the beginning of this show, and it was so well done. I love this episode. I love the way it was done. 10 times better. I know how I said Free Fall was the best episode of the season. This was like 10 times better than that. Hang on 1 second. I'm sorry, the lighting looked weird. That was bothering me. But this episode was just amazing. I loved everything about it. And I really loved the way it ended as well. It's going to be a really great Season 5. I have a feeling that Season 5 is going to be the best one. I will say, though, that Season 4 has pretty much been the weakest season of Pretty Little Liars so far. It hasn't necessarily been a bad season. You know, it's not like, that's a terrible season of Pretty Little Liars. No, it hasn't been a bad season, but it hasn't really been it hasn't really been that great of a season, in my opinion. There have been some great episodes, but there have been some that are just okay. This episode really just blew all of those episodes out of the water, and as a result, this episode was just amazing. Let's just get to it. Right away, we see Allison meeting up with Spencer, Aria, Emily, and Hannah, and they reveal that they think Allie's mom is head A, and the girls all sit down, and Allison tells them she's going to tell them basically everything that happened all the way starting to the beginning of the show, right before, you know, the night she disappeared. You know, we're now, so we basically see what's going on there, and in the meantime, as this is going on, Detective Holbrook is questioning, you know, Cece in custody. He's questioning different people about, you know, how they know A, things like that, because he's pretty much, everyone's a suspect at this point. He doesn't really know who to trust, at this point, so he's basically questioning, basically everyone we've seen on the show. And I thought that was kind of cool, the way they did that. That was definitely a really good plot point, the way they did that. He basically, Cece reveals to Holbrook that Allison is alive, and she knows who is in Allison's grave, and she wants to strike a deal. So, Cece's perfectly okay, nothing bad happened to her. You know, Cece, it turns out, shouldn't do anything bad. So then we start the story, and we just start the story with Allison telling the girls right before, you know, the night right before she got killed, and basically, here's the story. First thing we find out, and we got a lot of information here, so bear with me, there's a lot of information coming, and if you guys did not watch this episode, just stop watching this review right now, because you're basically about to get a whole bunch of spoilers, and just don't watch the rest of this review. Allison starts off by telling the girls that A had been tormenting her since Halloween, and she went to Hilton Head with Ian for the weekend to get away, because as we know, she was secretly dating Ian behind Melissa's back, and Melissa was freaking out because she knew he was with Allie, and while Melissa and Ian were arguing, Allie went through Ian's laptop, found a video of Jenna and Toby on his laptop, saved the video to a flash drive, and went and visited Jenna in Rosewood. She thought Jenna was A, and that the video would shut her up. And then Holbrook heads over to the Hastings house with a search warrant and begins going through Spencer's room. Cece gives him photos of Allison talking to the liars after Ravenswood. And so Holbrook has warrants to search all their houses, but none of the liars' moms have any idea where they are. While Holbrook is searching the house, Melissa arrives with a suitcase and says surprise to her mom. So Melissa is back. She came back in this episode, which I was a little surprised about that Melissa was back, but Melissa came back in that scene. So continuing the story, Allison then went home after visiting Jenna. A left a note on her mirror, and this is when A basically started tormenting her. A said, "I'm everywhere, and soon you'll be nowhere," and Allie got really scared by this. You know, she was ready to leave, and told her mom she couldn't go out. She was busy on the phone with someone, and Allie decided that the best way to do this was to steal the sedative pills out of her purse, and left to meet all the girls, and basically she drugged them. We find out that she drugged them, and they were passed out, and once they were passed out, she snuck out of the barn to meet Toby, and then she took the liars downstairs to a diner where she apparently works and house sits for the owner, and Allie tells them that Toby met up with her to thank her for exposing what happened between him and Jenna, and he told her that going to juvie was the best thing that ever happened to him, and then after Toby left, Ezra pulled up Allie in the car, And Allie climbed the car and asked him what he was doing there, and he was furious at her, and he told her, "You're not going anywhere, you lied to me." Basically, this is when he found out that she was not 21, because if you remember, he told Arya straight out that he thought that she was older than she was. She lied about her age, and this is all true. We find this out through this story, that Ezra was not lying to Arya. Everything that Ezra said to Arya was completely true. We find that out in this episode. We also find out that Ezra is not, has nothing to do with A at this point. You know, we didn't see that yet, but we pretty much found that out here. So before she can continue with the story, though, then Noah Khan arrives at the diner, tells Allie that they have passports, cash, and plane tickets ready, and they have to leave within an hour. We don't know where she's going. We don't know what's happening to her, but I don't think she's going anywhere after what happens at the end of this episode. So then she gets back to her story. After the night she went missing, he was furious because he realized she was not 21. He's scared for her that she is going to get herself hurt running around and pretending she's someone she isn't. Allie climbs out of the car and Ezra peels off, saying he would never see her again. So that's what happened. That was Allie and Ezra's last conversation. So then Allie heads to Kissing Rock, meets Ian, and Allie tells Ian he's going to jail and she saw his home movies. And Allie tells Ian if he or his crazy girlfriend, Melissa, are the ones sending her notes and they don't stop, she'll show the videos to the cops. And Ian ran off, freaked out, and told Allie that if she shows anyone the videos, then her own family will be in trouble. So Allie says after she met with Ian, she went back to the barn and Spencer was awake and looked crazy. And here we get the biggest part of the episode. We finally get to find out, did Spencer really hurt Allie with her shovel? Did she really do it? You know, we find that out here. I'm going to turn the light on, because now I don't want this light. That's better. I'm sorry, guys. I had to fix my lighting. I wasn't happy with that lighting. But as I was saying, basically, what's happening is we find out that if Spencer really hurt her with the shovel, and it turns out she didn't. She didn't, because Spencer chased her out of the barn, picked the shovel up, and instead of hurting her, she tried to hit her, and Allie told her to actually get some sleep, and, you know, that she looked very tired, and this was the moment when Allie realized she had a drug problem, so she wanted to do all she could to help Spencer, so she told her to sleep it off. However, what did happen to Allie was that she got hit in the back of the head. You know, basically we saw Allison left to meet Arya's dad, Byron. Now, she realized Byron wasn't the one sending her A messages either. She went back to the barn and waited and didn't get another text message, and she didn't. She thought she had handled her A problem. She went back home and saw her mom standing in the window, walking into the house, and then someone hit Allie in the back of the head with a rock, and that's really what happened to her. You know, so Spencer had nothing to do with it. Spencer at this point, it still feels guilty, though, because she feels like, you know, she hurt someone else, and they said, oh, no, you didn't do anything wrong. And then as Allie gets back to her story, we find out some more information. We find out that her mom actually buried Allie alive. You know, her mom actually was part of it, because her mother at this point thought she was dead. Remember, she just found out that her daughter's alive. She just found this out. So we basically find out she had nothing to do with Allie's murder, except that Allie's fake death. She just thought she was dead. And as soon as this happened, though, we know that Grumwell pulled her out of the ground, because we found that out in the Halloween episode, and that was true. And then the person that actually saved her, though, was Mona. Mona saved Allie, and Mona saw her there. She brought her back to her house, you know, because she felt really bad. You know, Mona's all nerdy at this point, because that's what she used to look like. And the next day, she bought her a wig in a disguise, basically pretending to be Vivian. And Allison thanked her for saving her life. And Allison decided to stay dead and let whoever tried to kill her think that they had killed her. So, that's what happened. That was the basic storyline of how Allie disappeared. You know, what happened there. And it seemed like there's something going on with Mona and Allie. Allie didn't say the full story, but it seems like there's more going on there. We don't really know what, but it just seems like there's more going on. I don't really know what it is, though. And then the last piece of information that Allie needs to tell them before she ends the story is that she confessed to the girls that she pushed Ian off the bell tower to save Spencer, and he actually wasn't dead. You know, they heard a noise, and so he wasn't dead, and that's the last thing they told him. And then to end the episode, they hear this noise. Someone's in a black mask, breaks through the window of the diner. Here's where the episode starts to get really intense. They run through the building, wind up on the roof. Ezra appears at the same time the person in the mask appears. And we basically realize here that Ezra is not A. He has nothing to do with A. And he actually feels really bad. So Arya feels stupid at this point that she, didn't trust him. She feels like an idiot. And he tells the person in the mask that the police are on their way, and she tries to wrestle A to the ground. The gun fires several times, and Hannah picks up the gun and is like, take off your mask. And before A takes off their mask, I'm going to say his because I'm assuming it's a guy because they let us believe that, A jumps off the roof and runs away. So then as soon as they turn around, though, Ezra has actually been shot in the stomach. So Ezra's now dead, I'm assuming. I don't know if Ezra's actually dead, but I love the way they ended it. That was a really great ending, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens there. And then to make matters worse, we then see, they're screaming for help. And then to make matters worse, we find out that Mrs. Delaurentis is in a grave similar to the one that Allison was buried in. So Mrs. Delaurentis is actually dead. Who killed her? I don't know. But someone killed her, and that's the last thing that we found out in this episode. Now, let's just get now to the Detective Holbrook stuff, because I wanted to wait to talk about the story first, but I really love the main plot. Allie definitely needs to stick around on this show, because, one, she's an amazing actress. Sasha Pertese, however you pronounce her name, amazing actress. Really loved her in this episode. She did a great job. Two, she's just such a great character, and she's the best out of all of these liars. She had such a great plan. Her plan went so well, and all this time people thought she was dead. It's a genius plan if you think about it. How genius she really is amazing, and I really hope that she sticks around next year and stays on the show permanently, because I really love her in this cast, and I really love the way that she just make her the main focus of the show, because it'll make things a lot more interesting if she just stays the main focus. So, as I said, Detective Holbrook is questioning people, and the next person he questions, basically is, he goes over and he questions Veronica Hastings, Spencer's mother. She isn't very cooperative, though. She says she wants to call her husband, but her cell phone has no signal in the interrogation room. An officer tells Holbrook that they have warrants to track the GPS on the Lawrence phones, and they will have their location within an hour. So then he heads into a different interrogation room, where he has, Spencer's father for questioning. He lies and says his wife is on the way, but she really is in the room next door. He already, I guess he kind of planned, planned this or something, and he's still questioning Peter. He wants to know why he hired a private investigator to follow Spencer this summer Allie went missing. So Peter says he isn't answering any more questions until he talks to his lawyer. He heads out into the lobby and finds Jessica standing there. He asks her if they still have an understanding. Jessica storms off, and Melissa sits down with her dad. Peter starts crying and says he did everything he could to cover Spencer's tracks. And then the most surprising part of this episode, the one part of this episode I was a little surprised about, honestly. I thought this episode was a little interesting, definitely, is that we see Melissa, and basically Melissa tells her father that Spencer did not kill, Spencer did not kill Allie. And then she whispers something in her ear, and Peter looks very shocked. So, obviously, there's something that Allie did not tell them. We do not know what Melissa said. I hated the way they did that, but they gotta give us some more questions. Definitely, what the hell did she just say to her father? Obviously, it's gonna be something really big. And this is what makes me think the next season is going to be their last season, because we now know basically everything that happened. We finally found out what happened to Allison the night she was, what happened to Allie the night she faked her death, what happened to her really, what started it, things like that. We finally found out that Spencer was not guilty for it. We also found out what happened to Ian, that Ian is still alive, and Ian's still out there, so, Ian's still out there, and I guess we're just gonna have to see what happens. Who's A? We still don't know. I'm actually happy they didn't reveal who A is, because if they would have revealed everything in this episode, there would be nothing left to there'd be nothing left in the next season except a new A, and I really don't want that. I want them to kind of wrap things up maybe next season, just have next season probably be their last one, because I feel like they did a great job with this episode, but this season's been so lackluster. There's been only like 2 standout episodes, Free Fall and now this one, And, you know, I think next season's going to be really, really good. If they want to continue really great episodes, next season needs to be their last one. And it's fine. 5 seasons is good enough for this show. I think it's good amount for the show. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else is going to happen, because I absolutely love this episode. Definitely the best episode of the season by far. Maybe the best episode in Pretty Little Liars history, in my opinion. Just love the way this episode was done. So well done. Amazing performances from everyone this episode. What did Melissa whisper to her dad? Is Ezra really dead? I don't know if he's dead. Also, who is A? We still don't have those questions answered. And, also, where did Allie need to go? Where'd she have to go? Because we saw a plane ticket. Where does she want to go? And is she going to stick around? That's it for my review, though. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see, and Pretty Little Liars is over for right now, so I won't be reviewing it again till June. But I will see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for the originals. So, see you then. Bye.